Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Scorpio, how you doing? Happy weekend to you. I hope you're well. Scorpio, I have some oracles here. We're going to throw these down for the overall feels for the week ahead. And if you are viewing this, probably getting it on a Sunday, I hope that you're doing well in all of these crazy energies. So, of course, we do have the Lionsgate portal that opened on Friday, right? We're still feeling that energy. Then yesterday was the full moon in Aquarius, which is why I got the Moonology out this time. And that's a lot of energy. And of course, we have Mercury in retrograde, and so many other planets are retrograding as well. All hell is breaking loose all over the globe. Tell me how you're faring in this energy. Tell me about Scorpio, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And at the end of this video, Scorpio, I'm going to tell you about how to get a private read. I'm also going to tell you about the extended if you're interested in that. Tell me about Scorpio. What do we need to know about Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have the energy is gaining momentum. No shit, right? Absolutely it is. See what else we've got going on here. So the energy is gaining momentum. I would say that that is right on point, and it feels like something is about to it's about to spring a leak. It's keeping in the water theme. It feels like something's about to spring a leak. Tell me what's going on with Scorpio, please. We've got co-create. And then I pulled out this surrender deck because look, we're in all of these crazy energies, plus we are in this full moon energy. So thought that might be appropriate to talk about the things that you might want to surrender. There's still time to do your full moon ritual if you don't have one. What I usually do is I take this bowl, which is fire retardant, and I usually write things down on paper. You still see that there's a piece of paper in there from the last one that I did, and I just release things under the full moon. Please, I'm giving this back to you, giving that back to you. Release things, and this is how I do my surrender. Let's find out what is going on under this full moon in Aquarius for you, Scorpio. This is, of course, the week ahead, so this is post energy, right? Find out what's going to be unfolding for you. We've got surrender to what is. Once had a friend say to me, I really hate that saying. It is what it is. But when you really do begin to understand it, it's true. It is what it truly is. And those are things that you cannot change, right? Things that you're not able to change, you have to leave it where it is. So it says surrender to what is. It says flow with what is instead of fighting it. Stop fighting the current. Stop swimming upstream here. It says when you can't change a situation, compassionately accept it exactly as it is, and it will bring you peace. I'm telling you. When I stopped swimming upstream, that was the first day of the rest of my life. It's nothing that is worth fighting. If people want to arrive, they can arrive. If they want to go, they can go, and I don't care either way. If you want to stay, awesome. I'll be your best buddy. If you want to go, see ya. Take care. It's time to just stop stressing out about it is what it is, right? We have co-create here. Card number 40 tells me that you're looking for some sort of stability in creating something with someone, or you've been trying to create something with someone. We have a bird on a wire here. It is an owl, which tells me that you're in the midst of transition or transformation, that you want to co-create with somebody, that there is something here ready to be hatched or birthed, and you have your eye on whatever is in the future. It feels like you're trying to create stability in your life, maybe financially, but maybe with somebody else as well. Bottom of the deck here, we have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Where's your North Node? Do you know? When you do go to get a free natal chart, it will tell you what your North Node is. Mine is an Aries, so I came here to do all the shit, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So, North Node, stepping out of your comfort zone. North Node is all about what you're here to do. That's your plan, the plan that you have right now to do what you're supposed to be doing right now, moving forward into the future. We have time to go. It says card number 45, which is a 9. I feel like you're in a cycle where you're just ready to get up and go. It feels like card number 45, you've been thinking about it for a while. This person, the dress is disappearing as they head for the door. There's a door here. And it feels like that I always look at it like something is ready to disappear. It's time to go because there's nothing back there for you anymore. So I feel like there is this energy of you having been in hermit energy for a while and realizing, I just need to move forward. I think that this leopard has the eye on the future, is what it feels like. Really staring you down, saying, well, are you going to do it or not? Because we're sitting here in stasis. You're in the midst of transition, and there's something here that's ready to be birthed. Are you going to birth it or not? Like, are you going to co-create this project, stability, whatever it is? Surrender to passion. You're supposed to surrender to your passion. It says, get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. All right, let's look at some tarot. Tell me about Scorpio. Scorpio, I'm a Taurus sun. I am your opposite sign in the zodiac, and Scorpio is my jam. Peter, my friend Peter is a Scorpio. He is my jam. It's usually the healed ones, though. The ones that aren't healed, look out, put up your dukes, man. That's it. It's going to be a war of words. All right. Let's take a look at Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio. My friend Peter in Boston. Probably the most terrible accent I've ever had in my life. Okay. We've got the Judgment card. We've got the Star. Interesting. And we've got the Queen of Cups. Well, look at that. That's very interesting because this is talking about flow. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. The Queen of Cups is going with the flow. The Queen of Cups is like, fine, if it's not going to work out for me, then I'll let it go. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. And I think that's what she's doing here. You could be a feminine or a masculine, but I feel like just letting it go. If this cup isn't working, then let it go, whatever is in the cup. So we've got Judgment card. We've got energy is gaining momentum. You're inching closer and closer to having to make a decision about something here. And it is something that is going to bring an old chapter of your life to an end, but is going to resurrect you into the new you. And I think that's where your wish fulfillment happens. That's where your manifestation comes into play. That's where you are going to be in this creation energy, that you're creating something here. Tell me about Judgment. Virgo and Pisces energy for me as an energy reader. Let's find out what the Judgment is about here. Feels like the energies are gaining momentum. It almost feels like a little bit of pressure, if I'm being honest. It feels like you're like, I've got to make this decision and I don't want to. That's what it feels like here. We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Four of Pentacles, and we've got the Ten of Cups. Right. So the Judgment is about some sort of bond that you have here, Scorpio. There's a bond that you have with someone, but I feel like there hasn't been a whole lot of sharing going on within the bond. It feels like you could be married. You could have a family. You could be someone who is looking at getting married and having a family. Possibly for some of you, they could have a child and you could have a child. Maybe it's the Four of Cups is here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups here. That's 9 cups. I feel like you're happy the way you are right now. I'm talking about you if you're single. You're a single mother because we have the feminine here. But you might be someone who is looking for a partner or a companion if you are the single father. We do have a rainbow there, which tells me that happiness can be here for you. I feel like happiness is going to show itself to you. Like, in fact, you won't be able to ignore it. But I feel like there is somebody here who's either married or in a family situation. Maybe we're thinking about getting married or bringing ourselves to union. But I think something is a problem here. So we have the Four of Pentacles, and it's shut off and shut down energy, right? It's like I'm not sharing with you and you're not sharing with me. The doors are closed. And so it feels like with this Two of Cups and the Four of Pentacles tells me someone's feelings have shut off or shut down, or someone is not able to show their feelings. And so that is what's bringing you to this place of I'm in love, or I love them, or I adore this person, but I have to make this decision about the Two of Cups because there's nothing, like this person's giving me nothing. They're not giving me support. They're not giving me love. They're not giving me what they promised in this bond. Tell me about the Star and co-creation, please. Feels like there is a wish fulfillment or a hope that we can co-create, that we can find some stability somewhere along the way, that we can create something that will bring us through this transition together. I really feel like you've got your eye on something in the future that you are hoping you can bring to fruition here. Interesting. The Star is pouring out 2 cups. I never noticed that before. Got a flamingo, which, no, that's a pelican. Doesn't look like a flamingo. Sorry. False alarm. But there's 2 cups here. This person is pouring out 2 cups, and there's 2 cups here. Tell me what's going on here with the Star. I think you're hoping that the 3 cups are poured out. Look. 3 cups are pouring out. Maybe we're not happy anymore. Tell me about the Star. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Swords. And we've got the Sun. So I feel as though there isn't much communication going on, as I said. The 5 of Pentacles is being left out in the cold, and the Knight of Swords is aggressive, I'm just going to blurt it out at you energy. So it feels like we're not talking most of the time, but when we do, it gets aggressive. And it feels like it's because we have to talk about something important. We have to have a breakthrough about the Knight of Swords. And if I got to say it to you, I'm just going to say it to you. And I don't really care if it hurts your feelings. It feels like the co-creation is in trouble, is what it feels like. That there is the Sun is here, and somebody is starting to see the situation for what it really is. That there is this, we could get stability and co-creation here, and somebody sees that. But if you keep being aggressive and not talking to me, and then being aggressive and not talking to me, and then being aggressive, I feel like somebody here is starting to lose hope that this is even going to work out. There is a breakthrough coming, and I think it's a breakthrough in conversation is what it feels like, that maybe someone who's been out in the cold no longer wants to be out in the cold with you, Scorpio, and that this person is going to finally try and make conversation or communication. But I'm telling you, when it comes, it's aggressive. And I don't mean the words are aggressive, but it just gets blurted out. It's like, I don't know why I'm seeing 2 people sitting in the doctor's office. It's like we go to the doctor's office because something is going on, and all of a sudden this person starts this conversation in the doctor's office, and this isn't the place to start it. Like, it feels like all of a sudden somebody walks in and turns on the lights, and all the sun is out, and now we're just talking about stuff that we shouldn't be talking about in the doctor's office. Or maybe it's at your parents' place, or maybe it's in the car on the way to a birthday, or it feels like it's not the right place, but it just shows up, and we got to talk about it. And it's about the 5 of Pentacles here. It feels like somebody's trying to heal it, or hoping it'll heal it by saying something, because the Star is here. Tell me about the Queen of Cups, and to surrender to what is here. Somebody is this close to pouring out their cup, to saying, I'm up to my waist in emotions here, and I don't think I can do anything more. I need peace. We've got the World card, we've got the Ace of Wands, and we've got the 7 of Cups. We've got the 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So somebody is becoming very defensive, feeling like they have to stand up for themselves. The World card is here with the Queen of Cups. It feels like somebody is very close to closing a chapter here. Now, the thing is this, is I feel like there's still a lot of attraction. I think we're still attracted to each other. There's a lot of fire, but it feels like the emotions are everywhere. I'm very confused as to what you want from me. So I think that, Scorpio, you don't know what somebody wants from you. They want you to make the decision, but you're like, you won't even talk to me. How can I make the decision? Like, I'm sort of overwhelmed emotionally, overwhelmed in my emotions, and I can't make a decision about what I want to surrender to. I just want peace. It feels like somebody here finally picks their cup and then pours it out. So I think there's still a lot of attraction here. I think there's a lot of attraction, and sometimes we go in and out of having exciting moments, creative and exciting moments possibly. The Seven of Cups tells me, and then it falls back into confusion. And I think you need to accept what is. Flow with it. Stop fighting it. It's not always up to you to heal it. The star is here, right? It's not always up to you to be the one to heal it. Sometimes somebody else has to heal it. And maybe it's just time for you to go and get out of your comfort zone. What is this? We've got meditate and contemplate. Are you not meditating? I'm about to scold you, Scorpio. Meditate, contemplate is in the reverse. It says new moon in Pisces. You're not using your intuition on something here. What have we got here? No place like home. So I feel like you don't want to go. It says it's like it's time to go, but it's a house you've built with someone, a home you've built with someone. Surrender, defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in an empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. All right. So we're going to put 3 cards down here. This is the energy that we're taking into the extension. If you would like to come into the extension, all the information you need about that is in the pinned comment at the very top of all the comments out of every one of the videos that I upload. That information is always right under the video. And so if you're interested in going into the extension, then please pick the membership link from that pinned comment. If you're interested in just purchasing this one-off, just this particular extension, there's a link for that as well. And if you're interested in a private read, right now I'm caught up on the pre-recorded private reads, so you could get a pretty decent turnaround time. If you're interested in booking a private read, please click the link to Hypsee to look at all my pricing. And I also am doing live reads, and live reads, if you book them in advance, you do get a discount anywhere from 5 to 75% off. If you're interested in having a conversation with me live, it's pretty damn hilarious. I'm just saying. Ask Peter. And let's talk on the phone. And you can ask me as many questions as you want in that time frame that you book. So let's talk about what's going on in the extension. What is the energy that is what's the word? I'll tell you what. Mercury retrograde has got all my words. What am I trying to say? The advice. That's the word. All right. Let's figure out what's going on. We got the 10 of Wands. We've got the the Knight of Cups and the 2 of Wands. Somebody here is making a plan behind the scenes. I feel like we're talking about 2 people who are in a commitment. The 10 of Cups is here, or at least we're in love. Maybe we're living together. It feels like we are talking about 2 people who are in a commitment, and it feels like somebody needs to make a decision about what's going on here in the future. We've got 3 wands, 2 wands, and 1 is 3. We have to make a decision about what's going on in the future, because this somebody here is wading in water up to their hips, right? Yeah. So it feels like I'm not really sure what to do at this point. The cup is there. I'm not really sure if I want it. The sun is here, having a breakthrough about emotional things, that maybe it's time to put down the heavy things I've been carrying, or feeling under pressure, or feeling almost emotionally burnt out. Could be that as well. The Hierophant is here. I feel like it's probably somebody making plans about whether or not to stay in the commitment, and it's going to be, it feels like somebody's going to cut themselves out of the tree here and decide to sacrifice something possibly, but trying to get perspective nonetheless with the sun here, and the sun is here. So it feels like you've you're trying to think about what to say, that it's going to have to be head over heart, and that you're holding back right now, but you won't be able to hold back much longer because the Tower's here. All right, we're going to go into the extended. If you'd like to be there, I would love to see you there. And if not, that's okay, because I'll be back. I'm always back. And I'll be back with another reading. You guys have a beautiful weekend, and I'm out for now. See ya. Bye-bye.